Do you know how I became interested in addiction? I worked for years in the field of pulmonary diseases, and every day I saw the same scene. Most of my patients were sick due to smoking. Simply prescribing medication wasn't enough. I wanted to help them make a profound change in their lives. That's why I turned to the field of addiction. I believed I could offer a path to deeper healing, not just physical treatment. We now know that mindfulness practices are a powerful method for tackling addiction. With mindfulness, addictions can be questioned not only on a physical level but also on a mental level. There's so much scientific data supporting this approach. With this in mind, I wanted to create a space for people to confront not only smoking but also other dependencies in their lives. Mindfulness-based approaches are incredibly powerful tools in addiction treatment. In recent years, these methods have shown effective and lasting results in breaking the cycle of addiction, supported by numerous scientific studies. This approach truly captured my interest, leading me to complete my studies in this field at Cardiff University in the UK. With what I learned, I began helping my patients confront addiction more effectively. The results in addiction treatment are truly impressive. While I specifically work on smoking addiction, I'm happy to see that patients using this mindfulness approach have been able to break the cycle of addiction in various aspects of their lives. For example, thanks to neuroplasticity, we can reshape our brains. And this means we can find freedom not only from smoking addiction, but from many other dependencies as well. Breaking the cycle of addiction essentially means opening up new pathways in our brains. And as we progress on this path, old habits gradually fade away. Even if we're tempted to return to our dependency, letting go becomes much easier. Imagine you start again, but this time you find it much easier to stop. Why? Because mindfulness has already created a new pathway in your brain. Developing this pathway involves trying, failing, and trying again. It's a major learning process. By working on ourselves, we can learn to overcome these dependencies more quickly. Personally, I've struggled with a dependence on negative thoughts. Thanks to mindfulness practices, I can now let go of thoughts that used to grip me for days. Through mindfulness, I've learned how to cope with these thoughts effectively. This approach works just as well with habits like smoking. Our dependencies are ever present in our lives. Take, for example, social media addiction. With phones constantly in our hands, we're rewarded with dopamine over and over, fostering dependency. But through mindfulness, we develop the ability to observe and control these impulses. This means we can stop ourselves instead of constantly following our dependencies, realizing we have a choice. In mindfulness practice, this concept is called autopilot. That is, we act on reflex without thinking, but with mindfulness, we can recognize this reflex and create new choices for ourselves. One example I heard in a course was very impactful. Some people put their children to bed early or even enroll them in early school programs just so they can smoke in peace. They convince themselves it's better for the kids. Early bedtimes are good for them. This self-deception and distortion of reality make it difficult to confront the truth about addiction. Honesty is a fundamental concept in mindfulness practice. When a person starts being honest with themselves, they confront reality and gain a solid foundation for overcoming addiction. Without honesty, it's very challenging to tackle addiction. But when we're honest, our brains begin to think about steps in our best interest, enabling us to break the cycle. Addictions can appear in every aspect of life. In this journey of self-discovery, we must be honest, open, and curious with ourselves. With mindfulness, we enhance our brain's ability to plan, see outcomes, and create new pathways. And this isn't just limited to overcoming addiction. It also provides us with great strength to better plan our lives and realize our potential. Thank you for joining me on this journey. If you found this helpful, please like the video and subscribe to the channel for more insights. Let's keep growing together.